Hello, welcome back to Irons United. This is another gossip video. This is much like Anton's, but this is my turn. And yes, I do realise I'm looking rather rugged, but I'm having a bad hair day, so I thought, sod it. I'll go with the hat and beard look, which I think I'm pulling off, to be honest with you. I think I'm doing pretty well there. First protocol is apparently Besiktas are looking at Hernandez in January or in the summer, either two. They've been after him before, so it isn't a great surprise. And due to the fact that Hernandez isn't getting many starts in the West Ham team, means that it isn't that surprising that he's been linked away from us as well. There's a lot of fans out there that don't particularly rate Hernandez with us at the club, and they want him out and all the rest of it, which is fair enough. I've given up trying to persuade people that we're letting Hernandez down rather than he's letting us down. If you'd have said to any West Ham fan that we were signing him as a lone striker or a target man, which is kind of being used at most of his time West Ham, then you'd probably say that the guy who signed him is he's lost his marbles. But as it is, it hasn't clicked at the club, unfortunately. So maybe the best thing is to do is to just literally just say sayonara, get some money for him, and see you later. Next protocol is probably quite a surprising one, but it actually does make a lot of sense when you think about it. Is Elneny from Arsenal. Considering the fact that our midfield is pretty lacking at the minute in numbers, and the only fact that Declan Rice and Ogbonna are the only main contenders in the central midfield, the whole of midfield game, and Ogbonna is a little bit here and there with his injuries at the minute, and Rice can't do all the work on his own, can he? I know he's a good player, but it's taking a piss a little bit at the minute. I don't see Elneny being that easy to prize away from Arsenal, but if we offer a decent amount, then who knows? Money talks at the end of the day, so we'll see where that one goes. And you know, I wouldn't say no to a player of his ability. I've liked him when he's been at Arsenal since he's been there. He's played pretty well, so why not? And talking of holding midfielders, Declan Rice, that man again. He's obviously been doing bits with us since he's come through to the first team. He's probably one of the first names, if not the first name on the team sheet at the weekends, and for a 19-year-old, you know, that's amazing, especially for a team like West Ham. But you know, the other thing as well is that his contract isn't looking like getting sorted out anytime soon. I personally am not worried at all. I think he'll sign a contract. I think we'll give him the money eventually. I don't know why it's taking so long, but that's West Ham for you. We never do things the easy way. But apparently Tottenham are looking at him, and they're going to maybe put an offer in for him very soon. I can't see him going to Tottenham if he's that much of a West Ham lover. Apparently he's a Chelsea boy, he's a Chelsea fan, he's all his West Ham, all his family are Chelsea fans, but he does love playing for the club. He's got a big rapport with the fans, and he just loves playing for us, which, you know, at the end of the day, of his contract situation, he wants to get the best and, you know, best for himself, and he wants the money that he thinks he deserves, which I think, to be honest with you, he's got every right to ask for. I think it's down to the club to try and get him, you know, what he deserves. And I'm not worried. I think there's a lot of stuff to do with this international stuff as well, which is the Ireland and England situation. But you know, once that's all sorted out, maybe it could be. It's a lot more than meets the eye. It could be the player demanding more than we think he is. Agents obviously a massive killer. They can normally go behind players' back and demand this and that and the other. And our board ain't exactly clean cut. We all know what they can be like where money is concerned. I've got no trust in them at all. But I think the situation will sort itself out pretty soonish. But I'm not worried, to be honest with you. I'm not holding out any grudges or negativity. So yeah, if he does go Spurs, then I'll be gutted, annoyed, all the rest of it. But I'm pretty determined. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be a West Ham player sooner rather than later. And last call is that Oxford, he plays in the youth team. He played for us last season at Bowling. You might have forgotten about him. I can't blame you for, to be honest with you. We haven't actually got that many centre backs, to be fair. If you know, take away Balbuena, Diop, and Ogbonna, there's not many more. And I think if we're gonna sign anyone in January, we probably need to sign cover for centre back if we're not going to give Oxford any starts. Rumours are coming out that, you know, Oxford's a pretty arrogant or, you know, egotistic player. He's not pulling his weight in the youth team. He's not really that he's not in form like he was, you know, quite a few years back. Pellegrini has tried to give him a chance, and he's not really taking it, and he's just sort of ludding about in their reserves, and he wants to go back to Germany, or indeed anywhere else in Europe. But obviously there's quite a few young English players who are doing bits in Europe, such as Jadon Sancho at Dortmund and Reece Nelson at Hoffenheim, and so maybe, you know, Oxford does want to go back to Mönchengladbach and do things himself in Germany, and if he does, you know, fair play to you, lad. See you later. You know, you haven't really done bits since you played against Arsenal all them years ago, and you know, I think he's, you know, playing with that on the at one game on your back, saying, yeah, I played well in that game, but you haven't really turned it on since then, mate. So I'm not gonna cry all night over you. I'll lose any sleep over it. So it is what it is. Obviously, there's been a lot of other gossip columns going on with Arnautovic, Nasri. I will just say my bit on Arnautovic. It's not surprising that this has come out. I was actually expecting him to be doing this not in January, not near January. I expected it to be in summer if we weren't succeeding this year, which we aren't. We're still even trying to get past the mid-table, which isn't good considering what we spent in the summer. The arguments put forward as to why he might be wanting more money and wanting to move